My lady, you know me, no give up on you never. Wanna be with you forever, 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 forever. Oh baby, where we they go, now forward ever, backward never. Them they pray make we run down never, 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 never. I'ma get that low. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. Money go check low. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. They never know. They never know. Without you, baby, the journey go too rough. So you know, girl, I be feeling this love. Even when I'm down, you wanna wait in this up. It's not blessing, I'ma not be luck. Baby, nobody feel day like you. I said nobody feel make me feel the way you do. I'ma get that low. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. Money go check low. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move, they never know. 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 They never know.
Let's get in here. There we go. We're back on the Hohner YouTube channel, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Oh yeah, Yuri is tuning in already. First comment over there. This is episode 145 of the Hohner Live, and this is exciting because we're gonna catch up with a good friend, Liam Ward. We met at the Harmonica Festival in Trossingen again, and we're gonna just talk a little bit about this and talk about our experiences at the World Harmonica Festival. Nice to catch up after 5 years.
Yeah,
on the Hohner
crazy.
Live.
I have a question for you. Have you presented every one of the 145 episodes?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, every one. Wow. You're a hardworking man.
I mean, this started out a few years ago already, right? Yeah. And I'm sure as soon as we hit like 150, maybe something's going to change about the format and stuff.
Exciting.
So yeah, it was wonderful to be at the World Harmonica Festival, the 10th World Harmonica Festival. Earlier this month, or late October, there was a big anniversary. Trossingen. You've been to Trossingen before.
Yes, I have.
A few times, right?
It's a strange and wonderful little place.
Yeah, how would you describe that to like the audience out there?
The thing that amazes me is just how much a part of the fabric of the town Hohner is. So, you know, I flew to Stuttgart and then I made my way down to Trossingen, and it really is a small place. And
yeah, so you took like several trains to get there?
Yeah, it took me like 5 hours to get there from Stuttgart. And every train was late or cancelled or whatever.
Yeah.
So it feels like you're going out into the middle of nowhere. And then it was also some kind of public, holiday. There was, a holiday for the weekend. So it was a really quiet town. But because of the Harmonica Festival being on, you'd walk through the streets and there'd just be someone walking along the street playing the blues. Just harmonica players everywhere. We kind of took over this little town. But Hohner, if you go to the museum and learn about the history, it's been such a part of the town's history and this huge employer. And there seems to be music everywhere in the town.
That's so true. Yeah, I remember you've also been to Trossing when the World Harmonica Festival was happening online 4 years ago, right?
The time I went was...
Oh, it was like for some sort of a like...
I went for the relaunch of the Golden Melody. I did the thing. Yeah.
That's what I mixed up. I see.
Yeah, because Gerhard asked if I'd do it online from home, and that was cool. And then he said, "Oh, why don't you we'll fly you out?" And so I did it there. And we were standing in this big... It was almost like a warehouse building. I can't remember. It was somewhere at or near the factory, huge building. And I think it was February or something like that. So it was really cold. And between takes, we'd sort of, put our coats on and they had these heaters blasting out.
Okay.
We were in this freezing room, but it was good fun.
Yeah. But was this your first World Harmonica Festival experience then?
Yeah, first time at the World Harmonica Festival, yeah.
Okay.
I'm a big sports fan, and it felt like the World Cup or the Olympics or something, because it's only every 4 years, right?
Yeah, that's the exact rhythm of the World Cup, right?
Yeah. Have you done it a few times then?
I've been for the first time in 2009.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah.
No, that's probably not true. I played at the Gala in 2013. That's what I'm sure of. Probably haven't been there in 2009. I've only been playing for a year then, or like a few months. So yeah, played at the Gala there, and I already had like the whole jury member experience and everything.
Yeah.
2017, I was only there as a visitor, and then the online thing, and so it felt like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Returning as an actual artist to the World Harmonica Festival.
So let me ask you about your experience being on the jury in the competitions, because that was an interesting experience for me. So how have you found that in the past?
Yeah, interesting. I mean, I've gotten used to like judging at the Asian harmonica festivals, but they got their own set of rules and stuff. Something that I also like now looking back feel like makes a lot of sense is like in Asia they give like everybody's supposed to give like a minimum amount of points, sort of. That wasn't the case at the World Harmonica Festival, and I think it's actually a good idea to do so, because like in case you don't talk to the other jury members beforehand, the jury members that are actually making use of the whole range of the point spectrum, sort of, they got like more influence on the outcome, than the others.
Yeah, they gave us, this time round at least, they gave us almost a scoring system. So I can't remember the points, but if it's, it was out of 50 points, and I think it was kind of like 20 points was good, 30 was, excellent, or whatever. They kind of had categories, which I suppose is an attempt to help direct you, but even then, there's always that room for your own personal interpretation of those words and those categories.
Yeah. And then you got this interesting aspect of, I mean, at least in our case, it was like the jazz chromatic category. And I mean, the definition of jazz is like also different for many people. And sometimes you might not know how much of what's being played is improvised. And
see, there was one in one of the categories, because I was on two of the panels, so I did the two diatonic ones. So one of them was kind of, it was like blues, folk, country, I think there was something else in there, and it's like that's a broad church as it is.
Yeah, that was sort of like the melodic category you could.
Yeah, but one of them, I can't remember if it was that or if it's the other category, which was, I think, diatonic jazz / melodic. And melodic, like, what does melodic mean? You know, but one of them, I sort of felt like someone might have just memorized. They played a really good solo, but it felt like it might have just come straight off, you know, one of Howard's records or something. It was it was just a little bit suspicious. I didn't know it, but I just got a feeling, you know.
Yeah, that happens. But it's still, in the end, like, it's good that it's not just like, okay, everybody hands over their points, but the jury actually has to talk to one another and make sure the winner is actually a winner everybody can agree on.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think I was lucky with mine because although we all didn't have the exact same order, we were all there or thereabouts. You know, there were a few people who did stand out, and we all really enjoyed their playing.
Yeah. Yeah, in our case, like, the actual jazz players won the first and second prizes, I guess. Mm-hmm. Like, with their own compositions and, like, elaborated harmonies and stuff and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Where they really followed that
sure
jazz idiom, sort of.
Yeah. I wasn't sure, and I wonder your opinion on this, because they have, you know, different criteria, you know, for the point system, but the biggest weighting goes to technique. And I wasn't sure how many points to give for advanced technique that maybe isn't executed that well compared with simple techniques but done really well. I mean, because if someone's trying something really hard but it isn't actually that enjoyable to listen to, but someone does something really simple but it sounds nice, you know, it's really difficult.
That's true. Yeah. But, like, thinking about the whole event, like, chronologically, like, during the first evening, we had this nice meetup of artists at the Hohner villa, right?
And they have on the wall, they have, you know, the Hohner guys from way back when, you know, the founding fathers kind of thing on the wall there. And, it was great to meet everyone. Yeah,
such an international lineup.
Yeah, I think I ended up, most of the night I was standing in the hallway, so there were kind of two rooms where everyone was sitting and eating and drinking and chatting, but then there was also this kind of hallway, this corridor connecting the rooms, and there was loads of us just standing in the hallway there outside the toilets, you know, where you get stuck talking to someone and before you know it, you've been there for ages, because there were just so many people there who I'd never met, who I wanted to speak to, who I, you know, or a few people who I had met who I wanted to catch up with. An amazing collection of people.
Yeah. Yeah, that was for sort of the start into all of it, and the next day was like still pretty chill. We just had this jury meeting, right, where we were instructed on how to do the judging thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, there was the opening ceremony on that first evening with the Hohner Klang Orchestra.
Yeah.
The whole harmonica orchestra, sort of. Yeah.
Cotton Eye Joe and all sorts of songs came out that night, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, that evening was very crowded in the audience.
Yeah. But was it the last day? I know I'm jumping ahead, but there's one of the times when I was so hot in there, because there were so many people in, and some of the evening concerts as well, you know. It's a big hall, but there was people crammed in standing at the back and everything.
That's true, yeah. So you were playing during the second gala evening, right? Yeah, the blues evening.
Yeah, the blues night, yeah. So I had my friend Malcolm with me. They promised him a guitar, and when it came to it, it was a Hohner guitar, which I think he looked at and thought, oh wow, like the action was ridiculous. But he did okay, he survived. Yeah, we just did an acoustic thing, and then he went off to Zurich for the weekend. He went to the ballet, apparently. Yeah, made a trip of it.
That makes sense. I feel like some of the Asian players are still doing some sightseeing.
All I'm seeing on social media is like people who are at the festival who are in Milan or in Portugal or like they're all over Europe just traveling. It's great.
That's true. But yeah, that was the blues evening, which was amazing. First evening was like focused on like Asian harmonica players. A lot of chromatic harmonica, right?
Yeah, amazing stuff though. Because I kind of a lot of that music, I don't really get a chance to hear it up close and sort of in person like that. And it was incredible. Some of the pieces that they're playing, amazing playing.
Yeah, I think the only player who went on stage with the diatonic was Gordon Lee.
Oh yeah.
But then also he played the sheng, which is like the ancestor of the harmonica, on stage.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. A really cool looking instrument.
Yeah.
On which you can also blow and draw.
I finally read. I've had that book for years. What's it called? Harmonicas, harps, and heavy breathers, or whatever it's called. And I finally read it recently, and it kind of talks a bit about, the ancestors to the harmonica and all of that. It's a fascinating history.
Yeah. These are so beautiful sounding instruments.
Yeah. Yeah. And we think of it as this sort of relatively modern European thing, but then everything has something that came before it,
Yeah, it's more likely an Asian instrument, you could say.
Yeah. And there were so many players and competitors and attendees from Asia at the festival. An incredible amount of players with such talent.
Yeah, like being there, you can't really catch up with everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Like too many competitions, very long sets of competitions, and
yeah, there was a few things I missed that I really wanted to see. I missed the world record by Kim Roker.
Oh yeah, longest draw chord,
which I quite wanted to go and just pop in and see, but I just didn't get round to it. I missed the Tommy Riley concert, and I missed chamber concert. Although I went looking for the chamber concert, and I couldn't find it. And then I stumbled on Hank Shreve and his wife walking round, and we ended up going to the cemetery, the graveyard in Trossingen, and because it was All Saints' Day, I think all of the graves had been decorated beautifully by families and loved ones, and we went to see the Hohner graves. We saw the sort of I can't remember what you call it. They've got a section of the cemetery all dedicated to them. It was a really moving experience.
I see.
But it was just by chance, that I sort of saw them walking in the street, and we went and found it. Have you ever been down there?
I don't think so.
It's really it's worth a trip to see. There's kind of dozens of Hohner, ancestors there.
Also, which kind of food places did you go to?
The first night or the second night. So the first night was obviously the meet up at the villa. The next night, I found a little pizza takeaway place, and I bought this huge pizza. And then I kept it in the fridge at the hotel. Yeah. And I was kind of living off this pizza. But I wasn't finding any time to eat anyway, because I was so busy just seeing things, talking to people, working, whatever. But I did manage, me and Malcolm managed to get out to, there was a Greek place that was pretty decent. We ended up in there. And the food was pretty good. They took forever to serve us though. We kept seeing people coming in and getting served before us, even though they came in after us. You were looking for your steak place was not open, was it?
It was only it only opened up on Saturday again, like right before my own concert, sort of. And I think Benjamin and I, my pianist and I, we were waiting for like over an hour for our food or something.
Yeah.
Because it was crowded and they messed things up, and then things got like very, yeah. The timing was like kind of weird then.
Yeah.
Because I really had to get ready to also join Antonio Serrano on stage for that one song we did with Cy Leo.
Yes. Yeah. But let's talk about your late night concert, because that was amazing. So you had this kind of after the gala concert. You next door you did this sort of pre-midnight show. We went on just before midnight and did a set there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad there was still some people in the audience.
Yeah,
because like
I caught most of it and it was great.
Yeah, because like before, and I wasn't sure, but like in the end, it all worked out. Because that was like an idea they only came up with pretty late during the process of planning the festival, I guess. And yeah, it was so many people in the audience still. So it was like 30 minutes of me and my pianist playing, and then 30 minutes Cy Leo playing with his pianist. And I don't know, I guess it was very diverse stylistically.
Yeah. I caught most of your set, and then I went down the road to the blues jam because I knew a lot of people were kind of waiting there for me. But yeah, really enjoyed your playing, man. I think what I really like about your playing is, you know, I'm as impressed by the bending as the overblows, because it's kind of the control you have on them and to play them sweetly. And I also think there's a warmth in your playing. You know, I really like a warm sounding playing, and I think you managed to get that even with the sort of style and the setup of your harmonicas that you have. So yeah, really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I feel like bendings might be harder than overblows.
Yeah, it's really difficult. Really difficult.
Yeah, you really.
But yeah, no, you sounded great. And then I went down to the blues jam and ended up there till I don't know what time. Steve Baker told us off because the night before a load of people had been partying outside all night, and he said, "Look, we're going to lose our license if that happens again."
Oh, okay.
This night. So what happened after the jam finished at 2:00 or something is we just went into the bar in the old power station there. So South Americans, they just want to party all night. You know,
right.
I was jamming with them till I don't know what time. And Steve's bass player stayed up with us as well. It was a pretty late one, but it was really good.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we stayed until the end over at the Concerthaus. Checked out Cy Leo's performance, and took a look into Castle House right before heading to sleep. Then at that point the session was over already, sort of, and everybody was just at the bar. Yeah. Oh, especially the South Americans.
Yeah, they know how to party. They really know how to party. I had a really lovely experience seeing Di Gallo. She's Argentinian, but she lives in Mexico. And I was on holiday in Mexico. I was just in a seaside town, and I walked past this bar. This is a few years ago. And I just heard kind of amplified blues harmonica coming out of this bar. So my wife and I went in and had a listen, and it was Di playing. And so I spoke to her in the break, and that's the only time I've ever met her before, and this is 3 or 4 years ago. And anyway, she turned up to Trossingen this year, so we got to hang out again, and we had a jam, late night jam and stuff. She's great.
Yeah, I think that's also something to check out for the audience, because like 4 female Hohner artists collaborated on this song called Girls Just Want to Have Fun, and they recorded a little video at the Hohner Villa and stuff. and you can check it out on all platforms now. I think there was like an idea Melissa Blanco had, and I think you can also find the song on her Spotify. Yeah. Just trying to find it right
so
now.
she had, was it Rochelle, Di, Monique, was it?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Rochelle, Plas, Di Gallo, and Monique. I don't know how to pronounce her second name. Monique, yeah.
She's so great she only needs one name. Monique.
Oh yeah, there's Boas in the chat. Did Sileo and Antonia end up avoiding the one hole overblow for you in the arrangement? That's a very specific question. Yeah, they did. Which was good. Yeah, it sounded really good. We had like a nice little rehearsal. I think the pianist on site, he wrote the arrangement. And we had a little rehearsal during lunchtime on that very day at his place.
So this was Spain, right?
Yeah, this was Spain with a little bit of Armando's Roomba mixed in there too. So two Chick Corea compositions. Checking out the 3 harmonica voices beforehand was really nice to play with these guys.
Oh yeah.
And unusual combination. I wonder if that's ever been done before, I mean, possibly with like chromatic harmonicas only, but now it was like a diatonic harmonica in there.
Yeah, I mean, they must respect you, to let a diatonic
For real,
get involved.
yeah. Especially in terms of like intonation and stuff. And Sileo was like, this actually sounds really good. And then Antonio was like, yeah, that's because he can really play.
Yeah. Yeah, it was amazing.
Oh yeah, Boer says, the only reason I'm asking is because I heard you mention that in a previous live stream when they were working on the arrangement. Yeah, for me, that was actually like my personal highlight of the festival, like rather than my own concert, sort of. Because that was like very spontaneous. Like right after that song, we also did When the Saints Go Marching In with Rochelle.
Yeah.
Which is such a beautiful song if you take advantage of the beautiful chord progression it has, or like maybe they added some chords.
Yeah.
But it's still very bluesy, and then Antonio got the whole concert house to play along, sort of.
Yeah.
Because it's a melody like many harmonica players are able to play.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's often one of the very first things people learn, Because you can play it in the middle there, if you're playing it in first position, easy little melody in the middle of the harmonica.
Yeah. But did you actually give a workshop at the festival too?
Yeah, I gave a workshop. I did
okay.
A workshop on jug band harmonica playing. So when they asked me to do the festival, they wanted me to do some jug band stuff. So so I just brought a few kind of songs, simple kind of jug band songs, and I was kind of trying to look at doing the simple things well, and making the most out of a simple melody and filling it with emotion and intention and that kind of thing. Because I love all the old jug band and blues stuff, the acoustic blues stuff. I love that. So yeah, I did a workshop on that. But it was nice really, only having to do one workshop. It's like it meant I got to go and see loads of other stuff and hang out with people,
Yeah. Did you
Have you done the masters before?
Not really. I'm gonna do like the whole week next year.
Because everyone said that's more intense. It's like teaching all week, that kind of thing.
So I think I've only done like a 1-day workshop within the masters a few years ago. Mm-hmm. But this time, like next year, I'm gonna give like an actual multi-day workshop.
Yeah. And you also at Trossingen were kind of MC one night, weren't you? You were presenting the Garden concert one of the nights as well.
There was something I was really looking forward to. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know you were going to do that. So when you walked out, it was a surprise.
Yeah, I was also sort of wondering who's going to do the other nights. I mean, I knew that Steve was going to do Blues Night.
Yeah.
I actually don't know who that guy was who did the third night.
I'm not sure.
He didn't feel like he was connected to the harmonica. But yeah, actually, I don't know. It's probably good to have like somebody who's connected to the harmonica hosting these evenings. Sort of.
Well, yeah, it makes sense. I was just, I was excited to see that up close and personal. Your shiny, bright stage clothes are just as shiny as they look online,
Yeah, that was really fun. But also, I think I started out only announcing the first artist in English, and then some of the Hohner guys came to me like backstage, and they were like, "Man, there are so many German people in the audience who actually can speak English that well. You should also do the German thing." And I don't know, that made things a little harder for me, actually. It feels like more natural to do this in English.
I'm always amazed when, I hear you or anyone switching between languages.
Yeah, because like the few notes I had, they were also in English, so I sort of had to translate from English to German.
Yeah.
And I'm, in this context, just like, I don't know, I'm more used to English because I learned so much about the harmonica and music in English, watching YouTube videos and stuff. Not German material. Like,
Oh, I don't know if I told you this, so apologies if I did. But for those, watching at home, after I played at the gala concert, a German lady came to speak to me at the merch stand, and she said, I've studied English for many, many years. And she said, "You don't speak English properly." I thought, okay. And then she did an impression of me. She did this really nasal. She said, "You speak like this. It's all up here. You speak a bit." Doing this impression of me. And I just said, "Sorry. I'm sorry you didn't understand me. I'm from the north." Which I am, and we speak differently, We don't speak like our prime ministers do and the royal family. But I just thought it was funny that she'd come up and tell me that.
Liam, what are your jug band influences? Question by Boas.
Oh, the Memphis Jug Band and Gus Cannon's Jug Stompers. The obvious ones, really. So you've Will Shade and Noah Lewis were the two big harmonica players who were good harmonica players. Because the thing with jug band music is that it's not all great quality. Because these guys were just making music out of whatever they had, and that could be, a washboard, it could be a jug, it could be a frying pan turned into a banjo. It could be anything. So the musicians weren't always the best, but Will Shade and Noah Lewis were good harmonica players, and the songs were good, especially the Memphis Jug Band wrote some really cool songs, as well as playing some sort of traditional songs. But I kind of got into it by mistake. I moved house and I met some musicians, and someone was looking to start a jug band, and I didn't know what that was. I was sort of 21, 22. But I said, I'll join a jug band, not knowing what it was. And the next thing I knew, they were making me play the jug. They were making me play the washboard and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
And then since then I've ended up becoming the novelty noise man. The latest ones are musical saw and bones. I'm learning the bones, which are really cool.
I see. Art Harp says it would be great to interview such cool harpers for the Ukrainian harp community. There's this one Ukrainian player. His name is also Konstantin, right?
Ah, I don't know him.
Please tell me in the chat, Art Harp. I think he's a diatonic guy. For some reason, I connect him to like William Clark style playing.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if he's like diatonic or chromatic. It's like thinking of like third position and like octaves and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, his name is Konstantin.
Good name.
Are there any other harmonica players called Liam?
Ooh, I don't know. Well, see, Liam is the Irish version of William, so
I see.
there's a few Wills and William. Yeah, it's kind of you get these names that move into different languages. Liam is just the Irish version of William. Not that I'm Irish, but it's an Irish name.
Okay, yeah. Konstantin Kolesnichenko. That would be really cool.
Yeah. I'll have to check him out.
But yeah, that was sort of all the roles you could at the World Harmonica Festival, sort of all the things you could do there as an artist, like giving a workshop, working as a jury member, and playing a concert, and maybe even hosting like an evening at the gala.
Yeah. But I mean, my favourite stuff was just hanging out with harmonica players. I mean...
Yeah, there are so many people who did that only.
Well, yeah, that's true. Like,
I know some players who only hung out and like didn't catch like any of the concerts.
So for anyone who wasn't there, there's kind of a concert hall, and it has a canteen, tables, and you can go and buy food and whatever. And this canteen was always full of harmonica players just hanging out, and so, like you said, some of them seem to just be there all week, and they also had an open stage there where anyone could get up and play, and I heard some great stuff there. So the Punch Harmonica Ensemble got up there and played some great stuff, and me and Hank were sitting watching, and I can't remember what they played, but they played something that was so beautiful. And I'm not really a big fan of harmonica ensembles personally, but they played I heard such good stuff that week, and they played so well on that open stage. I turned to Hank and I said, I've got chills, when you feel it going through your body. And he was like, me too, it was amazing.
Yeah. Really nice. Oh, now I understand. Art Hub was actually referring to interviewing one of us too for his channel. Yeah. Because I remember, because like he already spoke to Jason Ritchie and Gregory Hommert.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I noticed. Yeah. Yeah. We would be happy to do so.
Yeah. So we were talking before we went on air tonight. We talked a little bit about Joel Anderson, because you've just been to see him because you were sort of nearby. But for me, after the festival, but meeting him was amazing for me because I've been trying to learn some Irish music. So anyone who doesn't know Joel, he plays brilliant Irish stuff, and he plays some interesting tunings, including Easy Third, which I haven't tried yet, but I need to. But I got to play some tunes with him. We just sat in the canteen there and played some tunes.
Right.
Because I just need to play them. I just need to play them and play them and play them. And he plays them so well, and he can accompany so well, that I just played some tunes through with him, just to try and... for me, it takes so long to learn them, and then it's remembering them when I want to play them. And then also... in Irish music, you play, they call it a set, a medley, essentially, of 2 or 3 tunes. And it's kind of remembering where the next tune is,
Yeah. I also, had to remember some melodies, because, when I visited him, we wanted to record a little video together, right?
Yeah.
And I remember practicing the Irish stuff, probably 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So most of the stuff I haven't played in that many years.
Yeah,
And I don't know about the song titles, and I was just like, yeah, please play that thing to me, and maybe I remember.
Yeah.
Or give me the first few notes, and then I know.
Yeah. Also, if you go to an Irish session, don't call it a song, because they say you sing a song, you play a tune.
Oh, that's
so the instrumentals, they call them tunes.
Yeah, tune.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we recorded
they talk in a different way,
And of course, I got to see his amazing workshop where he works on his fantastic instruments, which was really cool. And yeah, we played some good stuff. I got to try quite a few of his instruments, the ones he builds himself completely, and then also the customized ones, both chromatics and diatonics. And then we played this thing that we put up already on probably 2 low D harmonicas tuned to easy third tuning. So breathing through that instrument just feels really good.
Yeah.
And getting these chords, and you can play accompaniment on them so easily too.
Yeah, that's the thing. So he was saying to me, because I tend to play Irish stuff usually just on Paddy Richter harmonicas, and he said, yeah, they're great for single notes, but for playing the tune, fine. But if you want to add rhythmic stuff, if you want to accompany, then easy third is great.
Yeah. I'm actually thinking about like getting like 2 key easy third harmonicas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm tempted. I saw something a while back where you were dabbling with a bit of chromatic harmonica. Are you playing much chromatic?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I might do a little more of it again now. I mean, first reason was doing some of the Arabic stuff. But now I might want to try some classical stuff too on the chromatic. I don't know, it's exciting. It's like a new instrument, like there's no pressure.
Yeah.
Because I'm a diatonic player mainly on stage.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah, that's how I kind of feel about learning the Irish stuff, because I have no intention of sort of joining a Cayley band or an Irish band or touring playing Irish music. I just enjoy learning the tunes, you know, and it's like you say, the pressure's off. It's just sort of doing it for fun.
Yeah, that's it. And then also I was really lucky because like Leon Lee, he was at the festival too. Did you get to know him?
No, not really. I mean, there's so many people. I spoke to most people very, very briefly, you know.
But like he's like also one of the great customizers, especially for chromatics, and he has great ideas on those. And he also gave like a crazy good workshop in Seoul about him setting up chromatics. And he basically built a Hohner 64X for me. I mean, it was just like a little. He just lent it out to me like at the Seoul Harmonica Festival, so I could play it for a few months. But interesting, and he was like, "You can actually keep it." So that's amazing. So now I'm gonna continue playing it, and it's probably the best Hohner chromatic you can get right now.
Yeah.
Just because he set it up, and the slide is amazing, and it's tuned like perfectly. Yeah, amazing response.
Yeah.
But still, for some of the stuff I want to play like in the classical realm, you only need like a 3-octave chromatic.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's easier to get lost on the 16 hole, right?
Yeah. I don't think I even own a 16 hole. I've got some CX12s, but I don't think I've got a 16 hole. But I don't really play it anyway, you know, every now and then. So how did you decide for the pre-midnight show? How did you decide your set? And was it all planned out in advance, or do you just see how you feel?
Oh no, it was planned out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, me and my pianist really thought of the set beforehand. But yeah, we did like some recordings in this studio recordings like earlier that week, so we could kind of play some of these pieces too.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that was good. Played a lot of South American stuff in the end, but started out also playing some Japanese stuff. Incorporated that because of the Japan travels we did earlier this year. And he's so much into that type of music, and
But you didn't give a workshop this time.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that was like a super crowded workshop. It was crazy.
What day was your workshop? I missed your workshop.
Probably on Thursday.
Yeah.
Many people in there, and I think I just called it how to interpret pop songs on the harmonica, like melodic
Okay.
mastery or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just gave this example, just talking about one recording I did of the song by Seal, Kiss from a Rose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And just analyzed what I was doing there. Talking a lot about articulation and intonation and jumping around on the instrument and tone and all of that stuff. We were looking at the frequency spectrum of the harmonica and cupping and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then also there was one guy from an Arabic country. I feel like from an Arabic country in the workshop, and he asked me about the Arabic stuff. So like that's how we closed off the workshop.
Yeah.
Me explaining all of that also on just the videos I put up.
Yeah.
And talking about how I recorded that stuff too, and if I did any edits or something. And then I told them that I did one type of edit, which was for one song, I was playing it on chromatic, and they had to have these super quick ornamentations in there. And obviously, you can only do the half-step jump with the slide on the chromatic, but some of them in the original were like whole-step jumps. So after recording, I went in there and I just like tuned up this tiny little note half-step, you know? So that was like the edit I did.
Yeah. Well, it's like the Irish stuff. I mean, the sort of the little ornamentations in the Irish stuff should really go up to the next note in the scale, you know, or the mode. So I think Brendan Powers made a harmonica where the slide gives you whatever the next note on the scale would be, because they're melodically and harmonically very simple songs. You know, and then you've got a more accurate sort of natural way of playing the Irish tunes, or the little inflections.
Yeah. Boas is asking, is that 64X with the stock comb? I'm not sure. Like the color looks similar, but that's it. Because like he sort of like exchanged the whole like mouthpiece and like slide construction with the spring and stuff, where you can set it up. So maybe you changed the comb.
Interesting. Did you get to see anyone else's workshop? Did you go to anyone else's?
No, not really.
Yeah, it's difficult to find the time. I caught a bit of Rochelle's, and I caught some of Hank's. I was so tired when I went to Hank's. I'd been up till 4 a.m. and then he was the next morning, you know. I was so tired. But it was cool. He was talking about groove. It made me think, yeah, I've got to get back to just doing some basic work on groove, feeling the groove of the music, getting inside the groove.
Yeah, you really said that for the recent Irish harmonica challenge I did, he actually learned with your tutorial on concerning the hobbits.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's funny, people sort of mention these lessons that I've done. I've just put so much stuff out there over the years, I forget I've done it. But yeah, I do remember that I did something on the Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it's the little melody at the start of the film when they're in the Shire, where the hobbits live. There's a little theme in the soundtrack, which is a simple little melody that's nice.
Yeah. Really good. So, did you visit like any other harmonica festivals? And like, if so, like how would you compare like the World Harmonica Festival to other events? Like what's special? What's different?
I mean, I've done plenty of stuff in the UK, and the thing for me was just that amazed me with Trossingen was how many amazing players came from all over the world. And that's not to intimidate anyone who would think if they were to go that, you know, they wouldn't be good enough or anything, because there were players of all levels. But it felt like so many people had come from afar to have this big worldwide celebration, this kind of loving for this crazy little instrument that we play. So yeah, for me it was not necessarily the amount of people or the activities going on. It was that so many people with such a love for the instrument had come from all around the world, and it was, yeah, there was something really special about it. And personally, I quite liked that it wasn't just teaching, that it was performances, but also as a competitions, obviously, but just the hanging out, because I've done quite a lot of things where it's like you're teaching all day after day, and it's pretty intense, I think, for the teachers, and it's quite intense for the students. And I think, you know, the Masters is a bit more like that, I believe, and other events, but this felt a bit more kind of just laid back in a way. Like you could come and go, and people could buy a ticket just for the day or just for the concert, or they could just be there as a competitor for the competition. So it felt quite varied. And then also you've got the museum, and you can go and take a tour of the factory. If I didn't do it this time, but I've been before. Going to the factory for me was an amazing experience. I have a YouTube video on it. If you look on YouTube,
yeah,
factory tour, but it's worth going yourself anyway. Anyone out there who's interested in the making of a harmonica. And for me personally, it was so moving because I've always played Hohner harmonicas right from the start. So to go and see the people making them in the actual factory it was like, you know. So there's just so much to love about the festival because you can do all of that.
Yeah. Boaz asks, yeah, Liam, your online catalog of videos, lessons is extensive. Did you also study or take courses in creating an online platform?
No, I've just sort of learnt on the job. I have all sorts of hang-ups and imposter syndromes about all aspects of my work. But yeah, I've never been taught how to do this stuff, and I can remember the first few videos I recorded. I felt so stupid talking to at that time it was just my laptop. I was just talking to my laptop, imagining it was people, imagining there were people out there listening to it, and I didn't know if anyone would watch the videos. And every other word would be so it'd be hi, it's Liam, yeah. I'm here to and they're still up, most of them. You can go and watch them, they're terrible. There we go. But yeah, no, I've just learned on the job.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just teach what I want to teach. I learn something I enjoy, and I teach it because I like to share it with people.
Yeah, same for me, Boaz. I don't know, that's probably the best. Just learn on the job while doing it.
Yeah. Also, I'm not good at faking it in any way in life, and so I have to genuinely love the stuff I'm teaching, you know, and I love the harmonica, and I love telling people about songs that I enjoy playing and I enjoy learning.
Yeah, I mean, you told me beforehand that you're like working on a new course, sort of.
Yeah, it's all top
harmonica.
secret, but I'm working on something. And it's pretty intense. That I'm standing in my kind of office here, and I've got light boxes and the camera and all, and I did have a microphone set up earlier, but I had to move it. So it's all. Yeah. I'm in the middle of doing something kind of big at the minute. And I saw your book for the first time at the World Harmonica Festival. Actually.
Oh yeah,
so you had your book
finally ordered some more. Yeah.
Because I'd seen online when it came out, but it was cool to see it in the flesh.
Yeah.
Was that a lot of work to put together?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, in the end, it was like a lot of sheet music notation too, but also recording all the videos that go along. I think there's a lot of video material. Like 75 minutes of video, which is really good. And then recording the audio material, you know, like the backing tracks, and then recording the harmonica on top of it and making that sound good and mixing it. And So it's not just like the
look.
pages, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It looks great though. I had a look through, and I liked how it sort of started really basic, simple stuff, beginner stuff, but then you're playing some pretty cool tunes by the end of the book.
Yeah, I feel like the repertoire in the book is quite good, quite interesting.
Did you get to choose all the songs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could do so because like I got lucky, like publishing with Hell Leonard. It's like easy for them to clear most of the songs. I think they are putting out all these songbooks of whatever Adele songs and yeah. So there was only one song they couldn't clear that I wanted to have in there. So
what was the song?
I think there's one in there that actually made it that's like quite similar.
Look at this, he's got the book by his side ready.
All the time. What's that? I think that one was called Stereo Love. And that's the one that didn't make it, yeah. Yeah, Stereo Love, you know about that one? I think it's like an accordion sound and melody.
Oh, okay.
I think it's something like... That's the melody.
Oh, cool.
And it's in possibly like some kind of VST playing it in the original. But it's similar to the harmonica sound, so...
That's cool.
And it's a very popular song, so I thought it might be good to put it in there.
I only ever had one song or video taken down off YouTube for copyright, and that was Take the Long Way Home by Supertramp. And it turns out one of the guys in the band is really hot on copyright, and if you look for Supertramp songs on YouTube, there really isn't much in terms of just normal people uploading. It's like his uploads. So I just got this message saying you've got a strike against your account, and that it was taken out. But most of the time, if I put up a cover, it might say that the copyright owner is revenue sharing, and they're happy for the video to be out there. Yeah, but that's the only time. So I've never done a Supertramp song again. Learned my lesson.
Right. Like in case you're not like recording a harmonica course, like, do you have like an actual like uploading schedule?
I do. I used to do a YouTube video every week, and then during COVID, I think I was doing 2 per week. And now I do 1 every 2 weeks, so 2 per month. So I'm doing a little bit less than I was because I'm busy I'm after this tonight. I'm going to a recording session. I'm writing some stuff and recording a new album with a guitarist, Mark Cole. So I'm doing that, and I'm running my online school. And I'm trying to find a bit of time to learn the harmonica myself. Keep learning, because that always gets left by the wayside, and all of that. So yeah, I try and keep it. I record in bulk, so like I've been doing this course. I'm recording a course at the moment, but I also recorded some YouTube videos whilst I was at it because I have to set all my gear up. I don't really have space to have a permanent recording studio,
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm also like, I thought I was spending way more time at home in November, but I'm not. So like, I don't know, I want to find a way of like, I guess like having consistent video recording quality no matter where I am,
Yeah.
Which isn't too easy. Because it's always about the lighting with the videos. Like you can manage the audio side.
Yeah.
Like that's easy.
Yeah.
But in terms of the lighting, it's like tricky. Can be tricky.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that's the side of it that tires me out because I care about the music. That's what I love. I'm not interested in lighting. I just want it to look good. Like I want that to be someone else's job, but sadly it's my job as well, Outhop
also asks what we think about diatonic harmonicas with a slide, like the JDR Trochilus, for example, or Hohner had like the cock harmonica in the past. Did you ever try one of these? The bendable chromatics.
Yeah, I tried. I got a set of the Trochilus. They sent me a set. I did a video on it actually. So if you want my opinion, you can watch the video. No, yeah, I think they're really cool. And I actually said, I got in touch with Hohner when the Trochilus came out, and I said, is there any chance that you might revive the concept of the cock? Because that was the same idea, you know.
Yeah.
But they didn't do it as well as JDR are doing it. I think it's really cool, and I think it's an accessible way of going beyond playing a diatonic harmonica diatonically without necessarily having to overblow. But in theory, you can still play all the overblows and overdraws on them as well, which is cool. I have spoken to people who even the idea of just like those extra notes being available with the slide, that still scares them. It's too far away from what they know.
Yeah.
But personally, I think it's like that's like a really cool thing to have. Have you tried the Trochilus?
Yeah, I have. I'm actually like teaching on. I had to get it because of one student.
Okay.
Or like, yeah, there are just some people who, I don't know, they don't get along with bendings, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So then it's nice to have like a diatonic with the slide and maybe Paddy Richter tuning, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, so I just got the kind of Richter tune. I've just got a set of the Richter tuned ones, but they've got they've got kind of a chromatic layout, sort of, haven't they? And then kind of a paddy layout. I can't remember what they're calling them.
Yeah.
But they've got different note layouts, haven't they? But yeah, no, they're pretty cool. I mean, I've tried it on what I think with one of my duos we play. God, the song's completely gone from my head. But there's a tune we play that the chord changes. There's a couple of chords that were kind of problematic, and they would have needed overblows, and I'm not very good at overblows, and the notes are just there, you know, with the slide. So but you've still got the expressive sort of capacity of a diatonic. So I think they're worth looking at and exploring. I've also got a Hohner cock, and it plays like crap.
Yeah, that's like an old instrument, sort of.
Yeah, they stopped them quite a while ago, but it was, you know, they were trying to achieve, you know, the same thing.
Yuri says, I'm a bit scared of things like Trochilus, since if it stops being produced, I'd have learned an instrument that no longer exists.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, so if it doesn't catch on, if and they don't keep doing it, yeah, I see what you mean. Because if they're the only company making them, yeah, it's a fair point. They're really cool if you look inside them. The spacing of the reed plates. There's so many reeds. It's crazy.
Yeah. Like for Paddy Richter, even if those stop being produced, I think it's not too hard to modify the harm yourself. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, easy enough to change one reed. Same with, you know, country tuning. You know, retune one reed is a quick job.
Really good. Yeah. Now you have to let people know. I think it's already time for like the Christmas Harmonica Challenge later this month.
Wow, time flies, doesn't it?
November 13th, because it's like always so hard to squeeze that in during December.
Yeah.
It's way better to do these in late November already.
You've done some really cool challenges recently as well.
Yeah, like the country stuff was good. Irish is always good. People love the gypsy jazz. But yeah, we could get more creative.
I like your thumbnails as well. The images you do.
It was really good starting out the AI thing for that stuff.
Yeah.
Some of them are really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so easy, you know? Because like otherwise you're always thinking, which, whatever. Now, usually I always forgot, like, usually I recorded the video and then I took like another video of me holding some instruments in the camera or whatever and then taking a screenshot that I liked best. But most of the time I forgot to do that filming thing. I just recorded the video and then I was like, glad I did that. Let's edit and put this out. And now it's like easier just like creating a little thumbnail afterwards. And then I'm just like, just gotta upload some portrait pictures of yourself and then whatever, put yourself in any situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, longest draw chord, I don't know if that's too entertaining for like an online harmonica challenge, but there's like some stuff to explore.
Yeah, I find it crazy that he did it was a draw as well. I feel like,
Yeah.
because when people learn circular breathing, I'm assuming that they're
It's usually on the bow.
breathing out through the mouth.
Yeah.
So he's had to do a reverse.
Yeah, that's something I can't do.
No. I sometimes do that sort of gimmicky thing of a really long held note, but it's just a trickle of air. I can't circular breathe.
Yeah, I mean, usually you don't need
No.
longer notes than that.
No.
But yeah, still.
It'd be cool to have a world record, though. What world record do you think you could get on the harmonica?
On the harmonica? I mean, just like playing without taking a break for as long as possible, sort of.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you think you got?
Because like it's like just breathing through the instrument
for like 2 days.
Yeah, something like that. 48 hours.
Yeah.
Of playing continuously.
Yeah.
I think that stuff could work on the harmonica.
Playing harmonica whilst wearing the loudest blazer ever known to, shiniest, twinkliest suit jacket ever known to man. Where did you get that from? I
don't know.
That's
just like online stuff. It's always good. It's always good to sparkle.
Yeah, it's great.
Also on like bigger stages, like people always notice.
And the harmonica itself is so small that if you're at the back of the theatre and you see this guy standing on, there's nothing to look at.
Yeah, right. But like last time when I did like the film music stuff at Philharmony in Cologne, I wore the shiny thing, and like you can hear people in the audience, you know, oh, there's the shiny guy again. Like they just notice whatever. Like then they know if you come back on stage, that's the harmonica player.
Yeah. Everyone needs a nickname. That's yours, the shiny guy.
For world records, I think I made the lowest harmonica ever. It's a bass harmonica tuned lower, but I didn't get an official to document it. That's Boas Kim. Yeah.
Wow. So lower than a bass harmonica. Wow. That's pretty cool.
What do you think about the non-slider chromatic harmonicas? I'm not sure. There was one guy in the jazz chromatic category playing one of those. Didn't really sound better than the other guys. So
how do they work?
It's like so non-slider chromatic harmonica. It's just like you got the whole space out like the keyboard of a piano, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
And then you also got to move up and down for the black keys and stuff. So yeah, I'm not sure about that. I'm sure you could play very nice music on them, but at least that guy during the competition did sound better than the other ones playing a regular chromatic. Liam, do you do a lot of harmonica tech work yourself?
No, not really. I've never been that interested in kind of how things work on a physical, mechanical sort of basis. I'm not someone who necessarily likes to take things apart and see how they work and build them back together. For me, it's always just been the music. Music's kind of an abstract thing for me. It's like this. It exists in this magical, otherworldly realm. Whereas how a harmonica physically works is very down to earth, physical, and that's never interested me so much. I mean, I have retuned reeds, and I have attempted to set up harps for better overblowing and stuff like that, but I'm not very good at it. I'm not very patient with it, and most of the time I just get another harmonica. If a harmonica breaks or a reed goes or whatever, I'm lazy. I just get a new harmonica.
Right. Shoot, now we want to close this off, but there are so many questions. Is circular breathing real? Seems like an illusion. Yeah, of course it's real.
Yeah,
I can show you. But yeah, just like interesting to do this on the draw instead of the blow.
Yeah. So can you do circular breathing?
I can do it on the blow. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's just like pushing air through your mouth, like from here, and at the same time you can breathe in through your nose, and then it's like practicing on how smooth you can make the transition from like breathing in through your nose and stopping that, sort of.
So you kind of storing some of the air in your mouth. Yeah.
You gotta store it so you can push more out while breathing in through your nose.
Yeah. Because it's kind of it is circular, but in a sense, it's not really it's not a constant cycle in that sense, is it?
It's not constant. Only at that very moment where you get air in through your nose, which isn't consistent. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
For records, I think. Oh yeah, we read about that one. I think it's like for singers. No one ever says, "Wow, look at that amazing, beautiful microphone he's holding." Yeah. Yeah, we talked about this. It's all a lot of stuff is about like visual appearance too as a musicians. I think I talked about this to Brad Harrison and Rodrigo.
Oh yeah.
We just imagined ourselves putting all the time we spent practicing harmonica and music into sports, where like nobody cares how you look and stuff.
Mm.
If you're lucky and you put in the hours, and you don't get injured, then you are on top of whatever sport. But with like music, it's different. Like being the best player doesn't mean anything.
No, absolutely.
But yeah, as like the best basketball player in the world, you can look like shit. Nobody cares. You're the best basketball player,
Yeah, I think there's almost a clash, or at least they're not always together. Yeah, the two sides of the music, the musicianship, the ability, but then you're also there to entertain.
Yeah. And
so how much energy or effort goes into putting on a show? Because some people will be entertained by an amazing musician who has no visual appeal, but a lot of people want to see a spectacle. They want to be entertained by a show, by something that is on the stage because it's visually appealing, rather than, well, they could just listen to the record at home, otherwise.
Yeah.
So it's difficult.
Nice. Yeah, I think we talked about a bunch of stuff, and you got some work coming up later tonight, so
yeah,
it might be good to close this off. Everybody, you can check out the description box below and check out Learn the Harmonica and Liam Ward's website and YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm sure we can squeeze in another Hohner Live later this month. and we got the Christmas Harmonica challenge coming up. Yuri already wrote into the chat that he's practicing. And transitioning from playing advanced stuff not that well to playing simpler stuff with hopefully better rhythm. Yeah. That's something we talked about concerning the competitions too.
Yeah, no, that's what I want to do as well, you know. Doing the basics well, really important.
Yeah. And then, I don't know, it's Christmas time already, and that means a lot of Christmas songs, Christmas concerts. Are you also playing a lot of Christmas concerts?
I've got a few. I haven't booked as many this year. I've been trying to do a little bit less so that I've got more time for doing other stuff, and I'm traveling a lot. But I have scheduled some new Christmas lessons, some play along videos and stuff for YouTube. So there's going to be a few. I always do some Christmas songs because, as you know, I love Christmas songs. So yeah, keep an eye on the YouTube channel because there will be some Christmas songs coming out.
Wonderful. Yeah. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for tuning in, everybody in the chat. See you next time, and have a nice evening. Yeah, bye-bye.
Take care, everyone.
My lady, you know me, no give up on you never. Wanna be with you forever, 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 forever. Oh baby, where we they go? Now forward and far, backward never. Them they pray make we run down never, 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 never. I'ma get that low. Girl, you're the best I know. Our next move they never know, they never know. When you go check low, girl, you're the best I know. Our next move they never know, they never know. They never know. They never know. Without you, baby, the journey go too rough. So you know, girl, I be feeling this love. Even when